Welcome students. So in today's class we are going to talk about a story by Quentin James Reynolds, A Secret for Two. Their story is about a milkman and his horse and the bond they shared, a bond of love, a bond of friendship and loyalty. So let us begin with the story. Montreal, like all large cities, has some very small streets. So, like all other large cities, Montreal has some very small streets. No one knew Prince Edward State as well as Pierre Dupas, for he had delivered milk to the families on the street for 30 years now. So, like all other large cities, Montreal has some small streets, and no one knew Prince Edward Street. Prince Edward Street is a name of a street there, as well as Pierre Dupas. It is the spelling is Dupin, but as it is a French name, it should be pronounced as Dupas, not Dupin. Okay, Pierre Dupin. So no one knew Prince Edward Street as well as Pierre Dupas, for he had delivered milk to the families on the street for 30 years now. So he has been delivering milk to the families for 30 years now. Over the past 15 years, the horse which drew his milk wagon was a large white horse named Joseph. So with the help of this large white horse, Pierre Dupas delivers milk to the families, and he has been delivering, Joseph the horse, he has been delivering the milk with Pierre Dupas for about 15 years now. In that part of Montreal which is very French, the animals like children are often given the name of saints. So in that part of the city, the animals are often given names of saints. So when Pierre had first seen Joseph, he had stroked the softness of horse's neck and looked into his eyes and said, "This is a kind, gentle and faithful horse, and I can see a beautiful spirit shining out of its eyes." So when for the first time Pierre Dupas saw Joseph, he stroked. Stroke means he patted the neck of the horse and looked at his eyes, and he felt that he is a kind, gentle and faithful horse, and I can see a beautiful spirit shining out of his eyes. I will name him after a good Saint Joseph. So who was Saint Joseph? Just like here in India, we often name our children after gods. There was a trend in that country that naming children and animals after a name of saints. So after Saint Joseph's name, the horse Joseph was named, who was also a gentle and beautiful spirit. Within a year, Joseph knew the milk route, and Pierre used to boast that he didn't need reins. So within a year, Joseph learned everything about the roads, about the houses where Pierre used to deliver milk, and Pierre used to boast. What is the meaning of boast? He used to proudly say, he used to proudly show off that he did not need to use the reins. What is the meaning of reins? This is called rein, a kind of leather that harnesses the horse. Okay. Each morning, Pierre arrived at the stables of the Provincial Milk Company. What was the milk company for which Pierre Dupas used to deliver milk? Provincial Milk Company. So every morning Pierre used to come to the stables. Stable mean where horses are kept, the house of horses. Okay, at the Provincial Milk Company at 5 o'clock. The wagon would be loaded and Joseph hitched to it, and wagon would be loaded with milk and Joseph used to be hitched to it. What is the meaning of hitch? He was fastened to it. He was tied to the cart. Pierre would call, "Bonjour bhaiya ame," as he climbed into his seat. What is the meaning of this? Here the meaning is given. Bonjour. It is pronounced as bonjour. Bhaiya ame. So the meaning is good day. So Pierre used to greet Joseph by saying good day. Bhaiya ame means old friend, good day old friend, or good morning old friend. Without any direction from Pierre, the wagon would roll down St. Catherine Street. So without having any kind of instruction from his master, Pierre, Joseph would take the right from St. Catherine Street, then turn right direction, then turn right along Roslyn Street, then left on Prince Edward Street. The horse would stop at the first house, allow Pierre perhaps 30 seconds to get down from his seat, and place a bottle of milk at the front door before skipping 2 houses and stopping at the third. So here our writer is describing how they used to deliver milk from one house to another, from one street to another. Then Joseph would turn around and come back along the other side without any guidance. So Joseph never needed any kind of guidance from Pierre. He knew all the routes and all the houses. Pierre would boast, "I never touch the reins." He knows just where to stop. Why? A blind man could handle my route with Joseph pulling the wagon. So Pierre used to proudly say that I never touch the reins. I don't have to harness Joseph. He knows where to stop. He exactly knows where we are going and where he needs to stop. Why? A blind man. So here it is mean that is why a blind man, a man who cannot see, handle my route with Joseph pulling the wagon. So Pierre used to boastfully says that even a blind man can handle my route and deliver milk if Joseph is pulling the cart. It went on for years, always the same. So the things goes on same for years. Pierre and Joseph both grew old together. Pierre and Joseph both grew old together. So Pierre's huge walrus mustache slowly turned pure white. Joseph didn't lift his knees so high. So what all this symbolizes? That both of them are growing old. Pierre appeared one morning at stables, carrying a heavy walking stick. "Hey Pierre," Jack the foreman laughed, "and maybe you got gout, hey?" So Jack the foreman taunts Pierre, saying that Pierre, why are you carrying a walking stick? Do you got gout? What is the meaning of gout? Here it is given. Gout means a painful swelling in the joints, especially of the toes. Okay, those are the sign of old age. So here Jack is making fun of Pierre, saying that, "Hey man, you have grown old and have you got gout?" So now Pierre is replying, "May we, Jack?" Pierre said a bit uncertainly. Here it means, "Yes Jack." He was not certain whether he has got gout or not. One grows old, one's legs get tired. So Pierre here is saying that when a person grows old, his legs gets tired. "You should teach that horse to carry the milk to the front door for you." Jack teases. He does everything else. So now Jack is teasing Pierre, saying that you should teach your horse even to deliver how to deliver the milk to the front doors of your client. He does everything else for you. Joseph knew everyone for the Joseph knew every one of the 40 families they served on Prince Edward Street. Joseph the horse knew everyone of that street whom they used to deliver milk. So for today's class, that is all students, and in the next class we will continue with our next part. Thank you all.